My son is turning 15 years old tomorrow, February 28th. Hey, Benny, happy birthday. Love you very much. Wish I could be with you to celebrate, but I'm thinking about you, and I can't wait to see you next. Benny is my youngest boy, and he was born, as I said, on 28th of February, 2011. And what's interesting about Benny Boy was that he was born at 28 weeks. Now, you know, if you've been through health class or maybe you had children of your own, it really takes about 40 weeks to bake a baby, right? So Benny decided he was going to make his big break at 28 weeks. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget racing to the hospital and him being delivered by the time that I got there. Let me back up. Benny's mother had went into labor, and we took Benny's brother, Eli, who was just a year and a half, 2 years older, with us initially to the hospital. We raced there. We got mom settled in, and we knew that she was stable and okay. And they said, why don't you take Eli back to the next door neighbor and have them watch him so that you can come back and be, present and in the moment here. And I thought that was a great idea. I took Eli, I tossed him over the fence to my neighbor in the middle of the night. I raced right back to the hospital, that ran in, and they said, sir, we got to have your insurance card. And I said, not now. And ran in and, busted into the room and just about hit the nurse as I came in. And it was completely quiet. And Benny's mother was there in a bed. And Benny was in what do you call those little carts? The little rolling carts that they put the baby in when they're first born. So they've got Benny in one of those. And there's 3 nurses, and they're working on him, and they're not making any noise. They're not whispering to each other. They're not talking in code. They are simply doing their job. And I bust in and say, what's going on? I'm trying to talk to Benny's mother. I'm trying to talk to the nurse. I'm trying to talk to Benny, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And they just continued working. And then they took Benny, and then, I talked to his mother, and it was all really just happened so fast and a blur. And I'll never forget when the doctor came in and he said, listen, here's the deal. 5 years ago, this baby would not have made it outside of the womb. Happy to report he's in the NICU, and he's going to be just fine. But we do need to get a copy of your insurance card, because this is going to be $1 million baby. Now, the reality is that I had switched jobs at the end of the year prior, and my insurance benefits with Wells Fargo were due to kick in on March 1st. So Benny came a day early, and I had declined COBRA coverage. So I had to run home, race around the house, dig up this COBRA election form, write a check for $600 and something, mail it in, postmarked, on the day of. And that was Benny. And Benny was in the NICU for 3 months. He had to have a heart operation. And he was just strong, survivor, spry, just my boy anyways. And now he's turning 15 years old. And it's crazy to think that 15 years can go by so quickly, but it does. And I'll tell you, in that time, if you saw my son Benny today, you would say, what a handsome guy. And he looks a lot like his dad. You can't deny it. I'll try to pop a picture up here, but he looks a lot like his dad. I'm very proud of him. He loves to write. He's a very talented writer, and he's a sweet, sweet young man. I'm very proud of you, Benny, and I wish you a happy birthday.